welcome to the review for the sections 5.2, 5.3, 5.5. Okay, test must be coming up if you're looking at this. But let's go ahead and we'll start here. We're going to circle the correct answer, make sure we show all our work. First thing we're going to do is do 2 times 12, which is 24, which is going to be 4 times 6, which then would be 2 root 6. That's finished for number 1. Keep it simple, stupid guys. Try to keep it straight ahead. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to go square root of 14 over 3. I'm going to change division to multiplication, and I'm going to flip this to be 3/5. So what I'm basically going to have here is the square root, which is positive times a negative is a negative. I'm going to have 3 times 14 over 3 times 5. 3 divided by 3 cancels out. Leaves me with a negative square root of 14 over the square root of 5. Now, remember, we are not allowed to keep the square root of 5 in the bottom. So to get it out, we multiply the top and bottom by the square root of 5. Thereby leaving me with the square root of 70 over 5. Don't get the negative. Okay? You cannot reduce that. 70 is not divisible by any perfect square. If you break down 70, it would be 2 times 7 times 5, none of which you could take the square root of. All right, so there's the first two. Let's go ahead and go down. We're going to work on factoring. If you cannot factor, you want to say that you cannot factor it. No GCF here, so I need to do 2 times 20, which is 40. Numbers that multiply to be 40 are the following. So I have 2x squared plus minus 20. And then I'm going to get these two here. This looks like it's going to be a 5x. This is going to be an 8x. These two need to make 3x, which they do. GCF of x is going to be 2x plus 5. This looks like it has a GCF of negative 4. Because if I pull out a negative 4, I'm left with 2x plus 5. So factored form would be 2x plus 5 times x minus 4. So that was factorable. Moving to number 4, no GCF. 3 times 7 is 21. And those are all the numbers that multiply to be 21. Minus plus is minus minus. So we're looking at 3x and 7x. Pull out a 3x here. Not a very good looking 3x's. It leaves you with x minus 1. Pull out a negative 7 here. It leaves you with x minus 1. So we're looking at 3x minus 7 times x minus 1. Okay? So there's 3 and 4. Nice, smooth, going down through here. There is no GCF here. Okay, if you want to do 9 times 1, you get 9. You can see how to factor this is perfect square, but if you do it the slow method, which is Texas, this is what you would end up with. 3x and 3x, make your 6x. Pull out a 3x here, you'll be left with 3x plus 1. If you pull out a GCF of 1, want to change anything, still 3x plus 1. So 3x plus 1 times 3x plus 1. You are always welcome to write that as 3x plus 1 all squared. Okay. Number 6. Plot out GCF of 2 leaves me with x squared minus 81. So this would be x plus 9. That's supposed to be an x. X minus 9. Two numbers that multiply to be 81 give you 0x. Okay, so there's your first page. Let's move on to the harder page, which is definitely the second page. Okay. I'm going to set this equal to 0 first. We'll make sure that this can be factorable, so this is going to be 30. 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 5 times 6. So this is 3x squared plus 5x minus 6x minus 10. Remember, these two need to make 1x when you subtract them. So I'm going to pull out an x here. That's going to leave me with 3x plus 5. I'm going to pull out a negative 2 here. That'll leave you with 3x plus 5. So I have 3x plus 5 times x minus 2. So 3x plus 5 equals 0. 3x equals negative 5. X is negative 5/3. X minus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 2. Okay, there's your first one. So I just did regular factoring. Could have done completing the square, but I chose to do factoring. Over here, I'm going to get everything on one side. If I subtract 1, I'll get 7 from 8. Okay, so this one's a nice one to factor as long as we get the signs correct and everything. Minus plus is minus minus. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. So x minus 7 equals 0. X minus 1 equals 0. So this is positive 7. This is positive 1. And that's it. That's what we chose to do. Factory. Okay. Over here, I'm going to keep this nice. I'm going to move 36 over because I see I can solve for x squared by just taking the square root of 36, which is positive negative 6. So I solved it using square roots. Okay? Not choose the factor. I'm going to do the same deal here. I'm going to subtract 7 instead of factoring this. The reason I don't want to factor it because then I have to combine all my like terms, set it equal to 0. Where here I can just subtract 7, start simplifying and making it smaller right from the get-go. So 3x squared minus 2 equals 7. Add 2 over, you're going to get 9. Divide by 3, you're going to get 3. So x is equal to positive negative square root of 3. So again, I didn't factor. This one I did square root. Now I do have to make sure I get one of completing the square in here, and that's going to have to be 11. Okay, so I'm going to do completing the square here for 11. Because I haven't done it with any of the others. So I move the c value over. I am now going to make this of 1x squared by dividing everything by 2. Now you're set up and ready to go. Now, I'm going to take 3, I'm going to take half of that and square it. So that's 9/4. Okay, so over here I'm going to get x minus 3 over 2 squared. I'm going to make this negative 2, negative 8/4 plus 9/4, to give me 1/4. Okay? And now I can do the square root. This is x minus 3 over 2 equals 1/10, positive negative. I am now going to add 3 over 2 over. So to go through my first scenario, which would be plussing, I'll get 3 plus 1, which is 4 over 2. Okay, this is my positive answer. So I'll put that here, x is 2. I'm now going to do the negative answer, which will be 3 minus 1, which is 2 over 2, which is 1. So 2 and 1 are your two solutions for 11. This was done by using completing z squared. Okay? Number 12. I'm going to use squaring again. This is negative 3 halves. X plus 2 squared equals negative 6 multiplied by negative 2/3. Alright, so x plus 2 is going to be 12 over 3. So x plus 2 squared equals 4. Take the square root of both sides. You'll get positive negative 2. So what I got here is x is equal to 2 minus 2, which is 0. This is my positive answer. My negative would be x equals negative 2 minus 2, which is negative 4. So 0 and negative 4, and this is the square root. Okay? And the last problem we have down here at the bottom is your word problem dealing with calculator with Mr. Howard and the Impala. So Mr. Howard is a powerful jumper in the Howard family. When Howard passes through the air, he's modeled by this equation, where x is horizontal distance, y is the corresponding height in feet. Now, if I plug this in the calculator, give me a second, I want to save some time here by doing that. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm typing in my equation in the calculator. By doing this, you kind of get an idea visually of what you're looking at. Right now, that's standard, so I'm going to make this a little bit larger. I'm going to make the x max 50. I don't think you can jump more than 50 feet by 30 feet up. Okay, so take a look. That's the path of Mr. Howard's jump. Now, we want to figure out what? Horizontal distance traveled, and y is the corresponding height in feet. So this is your height. And this is distance going across. Okay? So, how high can Mr. Howard jump? Well, the highest point on this arc is the maximum. So this is in standard form. You can solve for the vertex. Remember, x is equal to negative b over 2a. So we can very easily do this on the calculator. Two different ways. We can go negative 1.1 over 2 times negative 0.025. Okay? And I can also do it on the calculator straight up by going second trace. I want the maximum on my left side, bam. Get on this right side. There you go. So it appears to have a vertex located at 22, 12.1. Let's see how I do when I do it by hand. Jump out of here. Erase this so I can actually read my screen. So I'm going to have negative 1.0, negative 1.1 divided by 2 times negative 0.025. See, I didn't get my multiplication symbol there. 22. Good, that's what we have. If you plug 22 back into this model, which I can see here, go down where x is 22, I get 12.1. So what does that mean? That means this is the height, remember. Max height is 12.1 feet. Total distance. Okay, think about where your intersections are. Let's go back to the 0 mark. At 0, 0, he left Earth. And then he'll hit, that 22 feet traveled is halfway. That means that this at 44 should be 0. So how far did he travel? Total distance is 44 feet. Okay? Okay, why is that? Because 0, 0, where he started, 22 feet is halfway. So 22 feet travel is halfway, 44 would have to be the total, multiplied by 2. You could also see it on the chart up there. That's your review sheet, guys. A lot of ways to do it. You can solve for your intercepts by putting 0 in here and solving for x. Okay, I'll do that work for you quick, and then you can examine it. So I'm going to pause this. Okay, so what I did while I had it on pause is to find the x-intercepts. I know y is equal to 0, that's what you see here. Okay, and what I did is I set each one equal to 0. I pulled GCF of x out of this equation. Leaves me with negative 0.025x plus 1.1. I subtract that negative 1.1 over, divide by negative 0.025, you'll get 44. Set x equal to 0, so your two intercepts are 0 and 44. The difference of those is 44 feet. So that's another way you can do it. Good luck with the test, guys. Again, email me if you have questions. Don't be afraid to do this as many times as you like. Thank you.